guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Nkosi. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about Alibaba. What are the questions that you need to ask your vendors or your suppliers? But before we get into the questions, a lot of you have been asking me, how do you chat with the vendors on the app? How do you even see that a vendor or not? So before we get to the video, I'm just gonna show you a short clip of what do I mean when I say chat with your vendors, talk with your vendors. So you're gonna open the Alibaba app. Let's say you want to sell clothes, so you're gonna go to the search bar and then you're gonna type for clothes, and then a list of vendors is going to appear. You can see the first one with the guy who's wearing a blue t-shirt. Then there's a girl who's wearing sitting on the sofa. There's a red dress here, so you can just click any of this. Let's click this one where we see the track pants. So once you have clicked on any of the search results that you came across, there's a chat button at the bottom. That's where you are going to click the search button. So it's going to take you to any of the agent that's available to chat with you at the moment from this company. So once you are here, that's where you will start to chat with your vendor. That's where you will start to ask your vendor questions. Okay, so let's get to the questions. What are the questions that you can ask your vendors? The first thing that you need to do, you need to greet your supplier. Be formal. Don't just get straight to the question, right? Just greet your supplier. Hey, how are you? And then you also lay out what you are looking for, right? Hey, how are you? I am looking for clothes. I am looking for clothes, right? Let's say you're from your country, it's from Zimbabwe, or you are from Namibia, and then you're gonna type I am from Namibia, right? Do you ship to my country? Right, so you just need to be more specific. You can say anything, you don't need to exactly say what I have typed here, but what is important is that, like, you greet them, you ask them how they are, and then you get straight to the point at what you are looking for. So what's the other question that you can ask your vendor? The very important question is, what is their MOQ? That's the first thing that you need to ask them. Why is it important that you ask your vendor about their MOQ? Some vendors do not allow small orders. They only allow orders that are in bulk. So that's why it's important that you ask your vendor what type, how many MQO do they allow? Do they allow to ship less products, or do they only work with bulk orders? And then you can also ask them, do they ship to your country? That's a very important question to ask your vendor, because sometimes these vendors, they do not ship to other countries, so they will like ask you straight away to look for a shipping agent, someone who can ship to your country. You don't have to stress. The moment they say, look, you need to find yourself a shipping agent, you don't have to be stressed. You're also still gonna go to the Alibaba app and look for a shipping agent, right? I do have a video that talks about shipping agent, how to find a shipping agent using Alibaba. I'm going to link the video up here, or the link is going to be on the description box below. You also need to ask your vendor if do they offer samples. It's important that you ask them if they offer samples, but most of the time vendors, they do offer samples. Okay, I don't know, ordering samples, it's a win or lose, because most of the time when you order samples, vendors, they tend to send something that is of good quality, but the moment they send a whole stock to you, it's not the quality that you have received as a sample before you ordered from them. Okay, so it's up to you. Either you want to go for samples or you don't want to go for samples. It's not a must for you to go for sample. I know some people can say that you do need samples before you order. Yeah, if you want to compare with other vendors, the quality and the way they do things, you can actually go for samples, but it's totally up to you. Either you want to go for samples or you don't want to go for samples. And usually some vendors, they can offer free samples, or you can pay for the samples. You can also ask your vendor if do they only sell bulk things, or do they also offer products or things that are less than 50, because I know when you're ordering for the first time and you are still new in the business industry, or you're a small business, you wouldn't want to order things that they are going to be a lot and people end up not buying, and then it becomes a waste of money. So it's important that like you order things that are less. So that's where it comes into asking your vendor if do they offer things in bulk, or do they offer things that are less than 50. You can also ask your vendor, how long will your product take to arrive to your country? What is the estimated time delivery? Okay, this is important, because let's say you have customers who have already bought before you have ordered, maybe your pre-orders, right? So it's important that like you communicate with your vendor when it comes to the shipping time. They must also give you an estimate, and they must also keep up to that, or they must like make sure that like the things that you have ordered are delivered to the time that you both have agreed on. You also need to ask them what type of shipping services do they use, because I've noticed that like most of the time vendors, they don't care about money when it comes to shipping services. They can go for DHL, whereas DHL, it charges hundreds, or it charges 2 times the amount of the product. You know, sometimes it's just like it doesn't make sense. Like, let's be honest, sometimes it doesn't make sense. How can something like to ship it cost 3 times more than the product cost? I know it's expensive, but you need to ask your vendor, what type of service are you using? Is there another shipping service that you can use that is less, that charges less? If they don't have any, then there's no need for you to stress. Just move on with another vendor and find a vendor that can work with you. Because to be honest, it's pointless to order something and then when you have to pay for it to be shipped to your country, and then it's way more. You know, now you are paying 10 times extra than what you have ordered. Just doesn't make sense at all. So what I would advise you, if you come across such, you need to ask your vendor what type of services are they using, what type of shipping services are they using. Is there any other shipping services besides the one that they are offering to ship? Because sometimes they'll tell you that yes, maybe they can ship with FedEx, and FedEx, maybe it will take longer because it's cheap. I'm making an example. I'm not saying that FedEx is cheap, you know. Or maybe they can tell you there's Alibaba service. Also, Alibaba has their own company that ships. I have forgotten what is it called, but it's Alibaba something. So you need to ask when it comes to the shipping cost and the shipping services that your vendor is using to ship to your country. You know, you need to be more you need to negotiate more with your vendor when it comes to the shipping services and shipping cost. because that what makes a lot of people to be discouraged when it comes to ordering internationally. You can also ask your vendor, how do they keep up with the quality of the products? How do they keep their products, how do they keep the quality of their products in a good condition? Because sometimes the things that you are buying from them, it's either it can be a liquid or things that they have battery, or maybe you're ordering a phone or a laptop. So if that thing is going to fly from China to your country, or it's going to go through the sea to your country, how do they make sure that you receive your products in good quality? How do they make sure that it doesn't get damaged? You need to talk with your vendor regarding the quality of your products. Be professional. Show your vendors that you know what you're doing, you know business. When they shouldn't even play with you, because the more you're scared to ask a lot of things and you just agree with everything that they are saying, they'll take advantage. They'll see what's, oh, okay, this person is new, they are still starting out. So you need to be always on, you always need to be on point when it comes to communicating with these Chinese people. You can also ask your vendors to show you a video of their working environment or their warehouse. The moment they are in the office or they are in the warehouse, you can ask them to just take a video for you, showing you around. How do they work? How's the working environment? Is the place clean? For them just to take you around, give you a tour of how it's like. How do they do the products? Especially if they are doing lashes, you will see them with hair, they doing lashes. Or maybe if they are doing wigs, you will see videos of their employees working, making the weaves. Yeah, so it's important to ask your vendor to show you everything. Ask them to show you pictures, ask them to show you around. That's why last time when I had to file for a dispute or for a refund, the agent I was talking with, he was not showing me any of the pictures. He was not showing me anything at all. So that's why I felt like I was being scammed. So that's why I was like, you know what, I have ordered from this person and let me just cancel, because I couldn't understand what was happening. So it's important for your vendor to be free, to not to be scared to show you any of the things that you need to see. They just need to be honest or true or free about what they are selling to you, because at the end of the day, you are the one who's taking money out of your own pocket. So if they're not willing to convince you enough to take out your money and give it to them, it's their loss, not your loss. You can also ask your vendors, how long is the production time? Most of the time when you are ordering something, it's not already on stock. Your vendors will need to start it from scratch and produce it, and before they can make the new products, they will need you to pay beforehand before they can make the products. But you also need to ask them, if they don't have anything in stock, how long will it take you to finish making this product, or how long is the production time? When I was ordering my earrings, some of them, they were out of stock, so my supplier, she had to make them. It didn't even take them 2 days. The moment I paid, the following day she just went to the warehouse, put in my order, and then they did my earrings, and then after a day they just shipped my earrings to me. So it was fast. So you need to also communicate such things. How long will it take them? Because sometimes if you already have orders, and then you have ordered, and then you don't know how long will it even take. You need to be professional, even to your customers, even to your clients. You need to be professional and know when the products are going to be available. When are you going to start your own shop or selling or business, or when are you launching your business, right? So you must know how long is everything going to take with your supplier before they arrive to you. Another thing that you can ask your vendor is, do they offer branding, or putting a logo, or putting a design logo on your product? That's important. To be honest, most of the Alibaba vendors, they do offer branding when it comes to branding your product or putting a logo on your product. They usually do branding on anything that you want it to be branded or to have your own logo, right? Let's say you are ordering wigs, and then when you're ordering wigs, usually you wouldn't send it the way it is on a plastic, right? Maybe you'd want it to be in a box when you're sending it to your clients, or you would want it to be on an organza bag, so they can put a design or a logo of your small business company, right? And it will look beautiful, or they can put it outside the box. So yeah, they do offer most of these things most of the time, so you need to ask them if they offer that. If you already have a logo, they will just need you to send them a picture of your logo, and you need to know what type of a color is it going to be. You need to give them all those details. And once you have already gave them your logo, you also need to ask them to send the product that is already made with your logo, or maybe they can show you a picture or a video, and then you can just tell them if you're okay with it or you're not okay, or you want some few changes. So make sure that before they put the logo on everything, make sure that they put it on a sample, something that they are going to sample, and then they send it to you, and then you can make any changes. So you need to make sure that you also communicate that with them, that like you need to see the first product, either you agree with it or you don't agree, before they can just put the logo on everything, and then you end up not liking it. You also need to ask them if they offer packaging. Most of the time, the vendors from Alibaba, they do offer packaging. You can either it can either be the organza bags, or it can be boxes, either like those big boxes or the smaller boxes. If you're selling jewelry, you can also have the smaller boxes. You can also even have boxes for perfumes if you are selling perfumes. You can have bubble mailers. Usually they can have each one bubble mailer at R1. That's how affordable bubble mailers can be. And you can get any size. Like you can get from the smallest to medium to large. It's up to you. What size do you want? And they can also offer, what is this? Crackle papers, the tissue paper that you put inside the box before you can put a product. They can offer those. You can even buy fragile stickers. When you're shipping something, it needs to have the fragile sticker. So yeah, you can even buy those stickers. You can even buy the thank you stickers. Yeah. Or if you feel like you have already spent too much, you can actually ask them to put your social media details, all your details for your business, at the back of the box, or maybe at the back of the organza bag. So once you send something out, your details, they are out there, right? If anyone needs to buy something, they know where to find you. Do you get what I mean? So you are selling yourself more. So like your packaging, it becomes your business cards. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. So yeah, those are all the questions that I feel like you can ask your vendor. I feel like these are all the major questions that you can ask your vendors that are helpful. So if you really like this video, please don't forget to leave me a like and a comment and subscribe. It's very free. You don't pay for anything if you press that red subscribe button.